me how to get along. So tell me what you're thinking now. Show me how to get along.
I'm here. I swear I'm here. Let me lower the music level. Alright, that should cover it. Okay, anybody out there, let me know if the music level gets too loud. I am here, I swear. Hi. Hello there. I'm here. I think we're ready to go. Good and ready to go as we're gonna get. Basically. So, okay. We are working on, just gotta open up something here, open. Okay. Log in, blah, blah, blah. Oh, god damn it. Always with these codes, two-factor authentication, always. Thank you, I guess. Ay. Okay, now I think I'm actually ready to get frickin' rolling here. As always seems to be the way. Okay, let's get on this. Ugh. This big old box here is the Ender 5 Plus. Yeah, new 3D printer, just picked it up. It's a big boy. Let's assemble the thing. That's what we're doing in this video. Let me check the second camera angle, make sure that is working. Hi, I'm not in frame, but hi. I should probably move that camera angle. Get more of the box, because that's where things are gonna be. This seems more correct. Yeah. All right, cool. Time to get this box out of the way and get to work. Ugh. Ay. This thing is big and heavy. So much stuff in my office. Sorry for yelling. Okay. Let's get to opening the box. Yay. There is a slight echo. Okay. Why is it picking up audio from two sources then? Thank you for letting me know that. Oh, shit. I know why. No, I don't know why. Hello? Hello? I've got zero reason for why there would be an echo. Let me know if it continues, if it's still doing it. Because, how about now? Let me know if there's an echo now, because I think I had the microphone on that camera picking up voice. Which, am I even in focus on this camera? I don't know. Okay. Okay. Got a big old thing of foam that is now resting on HDMI cables that I should not have it resting on. Okay. Instructions. Somebody might want those. Well, TikTok, you're not getting the full feed. Twitch.tv/MandicReally, as well as on YouTube. Awesome. Thank you, folks. Yeah, the Ender 5 Plus, I realized it was big, but the box for it is huge, so. All right. Yeah, like, this is the bed. This is just the bed. That's how little of the bed is actually covered by the heater. So, oh, actually, wait, no, that's insulation. I'm sorry. The heater is actually the entire bed. Okay, I'm gonna lose this glass off of here for now. I don't need that to be on there for right now. Before I go dropping something on it or whatever. There's the bed. Cool. Ugh. I keep looking at, I've got like so many camera angles on me right now, it's insane. Here is the top gantry. The actual gantry that will control the print head, the X and Y movements of the system right here. Awesome, you got a Kyle Cup printing right now. That is great. Thank you for letting me know about that Echo, Jay Keats. That was another stupid mistake on my part. Just put that there so it's kind of there. Set this piece aside. They package it like reverse order of what you actually need. What's the size difference between the Ender 5s? Which one are you looking at? The regular Ender 5 is TikTok chat. By the way, I'm going to be paying more attention to YouTube and Twitch. I'm sorry, twitch.tv/MandicReally or YouTube MandicReally. We're live on both platforms. But the Ender 5, there's one of the Z axis. The Ender 5 Pro, I believe, is 235 by 235 millimeter. And the Ender 5 Plus that I'm building is, there's a random screw in there, that's great. The Ender 5 Plus that I'm currently building is, lovely, is 350 by 350. It is just XY, it is not a true Core XY machine. They kind of let you think it's a Core XY, but it is not a Core XY machine. I bought this machine open box, and I'm already finding like whoop, a couple of screws floating around in here, but I'm not too excited about. So this could get adventurous. And the one thing, I have extra screws and hardware here, but I don't have extra T-nuts. The Bloody Screen, you said you made a remix of the Kyle Cup on Thangs? Okay, cool. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't been on Thangs enough lately, unfortunately. But, yeah. I've been so freaking busy lately that I haven't had time to keep up with. I hate saying that because I feel like I'm not getting anything done. So, like, when I say I'm really busy, that it doesn't seem real or true, but it is. Aussie's in the house. Welcome. What's the benefit of resin printing? The benefit of resin printing is even greater detail. 3D FDM printing, the type of filament printing that we generally do, this filament that came with the machine, that I will probably never use. You're talking like 0.15 millimeter layer heights, whereas resin printing, you can be talking 0.05 millimeter layer heights. So like significantly finer details. It's great for models and model making and like thing that I want to say, like D&D models and Warhammer models, stuff like that. Let's see if we got enough room on the desk here for the actual base unit. Yeah, we do. Good. If it fits here, it means it'll fit on the shelf that I'm hoping it'll go on. So that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Cable mess, kind of get this out of my way a little bit here. Yeah, this thing's scuffed up. Somebody had this together once before. Again, I bought this open box, so we shall find out what they screwed up, what they didn't screw up. Hopefully nothing. Oh, there's a random T-slot screw or nut plate in here. There's that. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. A whole lot of fun. Let me move. There we go. Now I can actually see what you folks see and see the chat. For some reason the chat wasn't updating. I'm sorry about that, folks. Welcome to the Twitch stream. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry. Half structural be made with resin print. Can anything half structural be made with resin printing? You have to really be picky about the materials you're working with when it comes to resin printing if you want more structural components. Things like ABS-like. There are resins that will hold up. I've got a whole box of them over there. I'm going to be testing in the near future for making structural components, automotive parts and stuff. I'm going to be working on that. I'll be doing video content on that soon with resin printing. Yeah, remixing with fangs, they haven't added that yet to my knowledge. It was one of the things that I requested that they do on the whole list of suggestions that I had for fangs. That was one of the things was proper remixing, and they haven't implemented that yet to my knowledge. You just made a imitation that fits other can sizes. Other can sizes are my next thing. I think it's downstairs, but I've got, oh shit. Oh, nope. I've got the 12-ounce Red Bull here. I've got a Truly can downstairs. I'm gonna be expanding can sizes in the near future as to what my designs fit. Make suppressors with resin? I would be amazed if that holds up well. Can I 3D print you a new wife? No, that's your problem to deal with. Okay. And box of hardware. So let's get to this. And the snips that come with every frickin' 3D printer on the face of the planet. Flush cuts. There's really not that much hardware to this, so hopefully this goes smoothly. We're all about to find out together. God, I feel tall in this image. Whatever. All right. Got to start by putting the legs, or the actual uprights, on here. So, I need to do this, and I need to figure out which hardware goes to this. Just double checking here, making sure that everything is kosher. Or up to snuff, I should say. Oh, great. Which hardware is which? Do I have to look at the instructions already? I didn't want to do that. I just want to know which length hardware I need. Not helpful. 25 millimeter with a washer. Where are my calipers? They have a proprietary blend of resin made. See, that's where things come in. Because that's like the temperature requirements of that is one thing, the stresses they're under. Yeah, the Ender 3 is an excellent starter machine. Hello, welcome to the stream. TikTok, I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to be able to pay that much attention to you folks today. Twitch.tv/MandicReally and MandicReally on YouTube is where most of the action is going to be, because I can't get a good angle for you folks to see all this. I'm sorry. So, continuing forward. Figured out what screws I need to put these in. Let's start doing that. Now, there are hex wrenches in there. I have my own, of course, but I'm going to start with this. Start. I'm going to switch camera angles, I think. It says I'm playing Super Mario. Lovely. I'm using Restream, and this is the very first time I've used Restream, so it must be updating, or it didn't update Twitch properly. There's not much I can do about that, but thank you for informing me anyway. How do these feet come out of here? Oh, they're screwed in. I don't think those feet are supposed to be on there already. It looks like this was definitely assembled by somebody previously, or at least seems to be in my opinion. Which I did buy this open box, as I've noted numerous times. So, you know, is what it is. Oh, I didn't need to remove the foot. I'm just putting this on here wrong. Don't mind me. It goes the other way. Switch camera angles. OBS. Not what I wanted. Okay. Oh, God. I'm gonna close that box. Yeah, let's just do that. Ay. Don't have 3 hands, use your face. Where do you find open box printers? Well, the link in my bio goes to Comgrow. One of my Ender 3s was an open box that I picked up from Comgrow, listed as a refurbished on their machine. Yes, this is the new Bowser Fury 3D printer. Comgrow sells refurbished machines, which in my experience, and I can only speak to my experience, are open box units. This one I picked up at my local Micro Center. It was so cheap, I couldn't not get it. I say cheap, it was not cheap. It cost me like 2+ Ender 3s worth of money. When inserting filament on an Ender 3, you have an issue getting it in. What I do is I cut filament. I use the supplied angle, or the flush cuts that come with it, and I cut a really steep angle on the end of the filament. I don't cut it flat. So I cut it at a really steep angle, and I find that helps to guide it in, because the problem you're experiencing is as it rolls through the rollers and goes to get into the filament guide path, it's curling just a little bit and hitting the sides. So that angle, the steep angle, can help it guide itself in there. That's what I do. Hope that helps. Oh. Ramesses, you couldn't be happier with your purchase from Comgrow. Happy to hear that. You know, like I said, before I started working with them, using their affiliate link, I purchased an Ender 3 without telling them that's what I was doing. And that was my way of testing them and seeing how the service worked, or how I felt about the company, because I'd heard of them, but I'd never purchased from them. And yeah, that worked out well for me. So happy to see it's working out for other people. If I ever end up seeing that it's not, well, we'll revisit, and maybe I'll ditch them or yell at them. And they're kind of difficult to talk to, deal with, for me anyway, but finally found my YouTube live. Thank you, welcome. Thank you for being here, Nick. Had the same issue before I got the Easy R. Yeah, I want to upgrade the extruder on this thing, probably right away, pretty soon. How are you liking the filament from that place in Delaware? So far, it's finicky. I'm not saying bad things by any means. It seems really tough. It's just it's a weird mixture of PLA. And as such, it requires rather high temperatures to print, and I'm learning it still. The pink that I got from them was being very finicky and kind of really driving me up a wall, honestly. The matte green that I did the mini nuke with, the olive drab green, so happy with that. So, does anyone know what the difference between the Ender 3 and the V2 is? The V2 has an upgraded power supply. It has adjustable belt tensioners already on it, which you can just turn like with your thumbs or your hands and tighten the belts very easily. It comes with the silent board that I've done videos about putting a silent board into my Ender 3s. It comes with that silent board already installed. And it's got some minor, it's got a touchscreen on it, which is a non-issue, unimportant in my opinion. And those are the big differences. All the colors that you wanted were sold out. Much issue with stringing? No issue with stringing. I've got retractions for PLA pretty dialed in, so I don't really have a problem with that. Okay. Continuing on with the legs. If the air conditioner is ever going to kick back on, sorry if you folks hear the air conditioner in here. It's loud, I know that, but it's also freaking hot in here. Oh, I might be putting these on wrong, I'm now realizing. Yay! I didn't realize they had holes in the side profile. I might be screwing up. We'll find out together. We shall find out together. Hey, your micro. I think my Micro Center didn't have an Ender 5 Plus on display anymore, so you very well end up. They took it away and they put a CR6. They put a CR6 on display in place of the Ender 5, and I feel like most Micro Centers might be doing that. So if anybody's looking for an Ender 5 Plus, if you have a local Micro Center, that might be a good place to go right now, because I think they're probably phasing out the Ender 5 Plus in the store anyway. So that could really work out for some folks. Crap, that hole is supposed to be facing up. Good thing I noticed that. I got it right on the first, I got it right on 1 out of 3 that I've done. We are off to a hell of a good start. I really like the Creality Ender 3 machines. I'm really happy with them. I would have bought another Ender 3 when I picked this up. Like I was very tempted to get another Ender 3. The primary reason that I didn't is because I make video content, and I didn't, don't get me wrong, I want the increased size that this has, the increased print volume, but more so it was the fact that I just didn't want my page to be all Ender 3s all the time. I wanted to be able to talk about different stuff and show you different projects and different ideas. So, you know, that's a thing. Yeah. Switch camera angles. Oh, gosh. And let's do this. Get you folks a bigger view. You enjoyed my Bixby block video. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm going to be doing 3D printer content on YouTube very soon. I've got to get a few projects done and moving forward, and then it's time to start devoting some real attention to the MandicReally YouTube channel. I've always focused on Hot Rod Hippie. That's been my primary business for years now. And I'm going to continue to focus on that as well and just split my attention, which is going to go real poorly, I bet. But yeah, so. I've heard mixed things about the Ender extender kits. Hello. Everybody was saying, oh, when I bought this, why didn't you just get an Ender extender kit and extend one of your Ender 3s? And it was because, one, I wanted to have more machines. There's the air conditioner. Hope it's not too loud for folks. I wanted to have more machines. I need more machines because once I start selling products, I'm gonna run out of space very quickly, or printable time. Hard, whatever. Yes, I need more. And also I'm just addicted, you know, addicted to printers, that's a thing. But for me, it just made more sense to get a dedicated Ender 5. In my opinion, I want the stability of the non-bed slinger. I wanted to have a machine that doesn't have the bed moving back and forth all the time, because I feel like that can lead to artifacts in your print. I know like Prussias do it really well, and Enders do just fine. I want to try a machine that doesn't have that for a little while and see how I feel about it. Okay, finally getting the last piece of the puzzle on. Should have done already. Ah, damn it. I just realized. Bought a lighter last week, so you don't have the money for another printer? I'm confused by what that means. Yes, the Ender 5 Plus has a larger build volume. This is the Ender 5 Plus. It is 350 millimeters cubed. Or it might be 400 tall. I'm not worried about height personally. I'm worried about the larger build plate volume. So, okay, got all those done. Stand this up. Yep. All right. There's that. Cool. Okay. We've got the legs on there. Time to put the top frame portion on. All right. All right. All right. Anytime now. There we go. Hey, this is going, all right. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing. All right. Now I need the 30 mils, I think. It still says 25 mil. But this package says 30. So let's find out. No, these are 25s. It just says 30. For whatever reason, it just says 30. Oh. I got it. I got it. I think. Wow. All right. Oh, yes. See my dog armor back there in the corner there. Yeah, this is not Mario. For some reason Twitch chat won't update. I wonder if I can do it, or Twitch stream won't update. I wonder if I can do it from my mobile dashboard. I hate that I can't just like pull up the mobile dashboard. It's got to be like told to me. All right. No, I don't want to go watch somebody else's Twitch. Not what I wanted. Stream manager. There we go. Category, just chatting. Let's try this. Search, just chatting. There we go. Now it should not say that anymore. Yeah, this thing is huge. Yeah. It's a big one. Can't work out how I have all the time to do this without a ball and chain. Do you mean... The simple answer is I ignore adult responsibilities because I don't have a ball and chain, quote unquote. I should have eaten lunch before this stream, but I didn't. So that's like part of how I get stuff done. I do have a significant other, and she is nothing but extremely supportive and helpful. And yeah, wouldn't this be science and technology? I don't know. I don't understand nor know the categories on Twitch. You still need breakfast. Well, you're West Coast. That's like, you've got an excuse. For me, it's what? 1 o'clock in the afternoon? You've got a little more of an excuse than I do. So you put 4 down from the top and 1 in each side. Doing your welding final. Awesome. How's that going? These belts are a little loose. We'll tighten those up. I'm hoping in this stream to get to the point where yeah, I'm using just chatting. I just updated to that. That's usually what I do when I'm doing Fusion 360 too, because Twitch doesn't have a category for like 3D design as far as like game is concerned. It does have it for tags, but like when I go to put a game in, it doesn't understand. It doesn't register 3D design or CAD or anything. So kind of annoying. Got almost 90% on the practical. Awesome. Good shit. Sounds like you're well on your way then. Good. Science and technology. Good to know. I'll look for that next time I do that. I usually put just chatting because I'm just talking with folks while I'm designing, but science and technology makes far more sense. That's what that's what the stream is on YouTube right now. It's listed as science and technology. Switch camera angles. Ugh. I need a stream deck. I definitely need a stream deck, and we will cross that bridge another day. I've never used the slicer built into Fusion 360. I've heard some pretty meh things. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you about the iPad add-on or program app. I will look into that. I've used my phone in the past as a switcher for Streamlabs. I know you can do that. It's built into Streamlabs, but I'm using OBS right now, so that wouldn't help me anyway. I'm gonna tighten these down. I might end up squaring up this frame and checking things later, but I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these now. Yeah, you know, you are correct. The idea of a DIY stream deck does both appeal to me and make sense for me, and I can make video content about it. The thing is just adding more stuff to my pile. More projects. It's, you know. You can make your own stream deck. Hey, somebody said it on TikTok as well. I've got so many designs that I need to get to. I need to get to the sale of my designs. I've got like so many things right now that are all just like on the verge of happening, but I need to focus on. We're closing in on 200,000 followers on TikTok. Thank you so much, folks. And I'm hoping to do a giveaway when I hit that number. Like, so there's stuff I gotta focus on, unfortunately. Okay. They want you to input the, I gotta put the Z's up in. Yeah. It says to do it from underneath, but I don't feel like moving this thing around. There we go. Isn't that how having your life together is? Piling up projects until you drown. As far, yes, in my experience, that is how life works. That's what I call adulthood, I think. And I'm not 100% that that's healthy, but it is how I live. So that's a thing. I really should build my own stream deck. You folks are right. That would be a fun project. I could 3D print the housing. We could do some soldering work and some, like, that is a great idea that I really should do. American dream, drown in debt and projects. Okay. This is easier than I expected. A lot of this stuff just comes pre-assembled. So that's great. As I say that, this one screw hole won't line up. Move you folks back to camera. This one. Get a little wider view where I'm actually working. All right. Ugh. Color change every 11 hours. Good luck with that. I've never had luck with color changes.
Can you hear it? It's them. They will find you. You can't hide.
Yeah, actually making a stream deck that has all of the like button functionality, the little screens, would be rad. But also feels like it'd be so expensive, I might as well buy a stream deck. But I don't know. I haven't looked at the project yet, so. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, I understand what happened here now. It's because this is an open box. Somebody mixed up this hardware in the past. So this machine has absolutely been assembled before. And let's look at the build plate. Like, there's minimal to no signs that it's ever been printed on. So, I don't know. Like, that's one thing I don't love, is that the Ender 5 Plus uses a glass bed. I am not a fan of glass beds. So, that's a thing. In you go! I also don't love filament runout sensors being in my way. How much of savings did I get with the open box? This machine is $569 new. I paid $406 for it. So, pretty fucking big, pretty big savings in my opinion. So what's that? 20 or 25%? 25%? I think. I'm bad. I'm doing math badly, but. This really doesn't use that many T-slots or anything. Sorry if my microphone's a little rustly, folks. I don't usually stream with a lavalier mic, but it made far more sense for how much I need to move around in this instance that I do it. Ah, god damn it. OBS. I'm using Restream so I can stream between Twitch and YouTube, and some reason OBS isn't updating the chat properly. You picked up a BL Touch and you have no idea what you're doing with it. Are you usually an Ender guy? I usually recommend the Creality Ender 3. It's my primary recommendation for a machine. So I guess you could say that. I might be short one screw. I don't see it. I might be short one screw. We shall find out. Whoops. How is it going? It's going all right. The assembly process is going surprisingly smooth, so I cannot complain. But I just realized that oh no, I spotted it. I thought I was missing one screw, but I think I just spotted it. As I'm like all up in this thing now. Yeah. All right. Ha. There's the screw I thought I was missing. I never realized, I never put that together. You're right. The bloody screen that says the Ender series is good for beginners. That's true. That's there's a little piece of my head on that as I scrape my head on that. Yeah, you're right. It is. The Ender series is good for beginners. That is weird. But here we are. I wonder if anybody thought of that when they put it together. Who knows where the name Ender came from? I doubt it was like the book series or anything. This is the Ender 5 Plus. It has a print volume of 350 millimeter by 350 millimeter. I don't remember if it's cubed or just squared. Let's look at what the sheet says. Doesn't say. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm not worried about the Z height personally. What's the next step after starting with the Ender? I mean, if you really want to step up a machine, you really want a better quality machine right out of the box and improve your printing, Prusa is the step up. And honestly, for commercially available printers, Prusa is pretty much the way I would recommend going. For non-entry level. Like, I really like the Creality machines. You can do beautiful work with them, and people do pretty crappy work with the Prusas too, but overall, the Prusas are just a more refined machine. So that would be my recommendation if you want to step up from the Ender series. Or you can just keep upgrading Ender series. Like this is the Ender 5 Plus, which I was very close to buying a Prusa when I bought this. But then my reasoning for buying this over a Prusa is not everybody's. Like I bought it because I just dropped the instructions. I bought it because I can make content around it is one of the reasons. And a machine that might need a little more tuning or anything is more interesting for content. I don't love that. This Z spot is fucking sagging. Looks like that end needs a adjustment. I might have to adjust these. Love that. Okay. FDM or SLA printers. Different strokes for different folks. FDM printers are great for structural components and prototyping. And SLA printers are maybe better for models and more fine detail stuff. So they have different uses in my opinion. Yeah, I really considered a Prusa, and I may still pick one up. I'm thinking I'm probably going to pick up Prusa Mini, though I've heard less positive things about the Prusa Mini versus the larger one. Yeah, I mean resin and FDM, like the SLA and FDM, I've got both. They have different use cases, really. You can do a lot of things with both of them, but some things you can only really do with one and the other, and part of the problem is that like SLA printers, resin printers are very small in affordable packages. Like mine, none of my cup designs will fit onto my resin printer, but I have. It's too small of a build volume. So, is what it is. Okay. We've got the Z in. We got the top gantry setup on here. I had to retrieve the instructions. Oh, I got some of this crappy wire loom. Now, let's go ahead and see about... I am on YouTube right now. We're live on twitch.tv/MandicReally and YouTube at MandicReally right now. So, come join the chat and hang out and see a much better image of what it is that I'm doing. They want me to install the filament setup next. I don't give a shit about that right now. I probably won't end up mounting the filament holder to this machine. I'll use something else. Place the hotbed on the Z supports. How do I level the Z supports? Check to make sure this doesn't rub the Z axis. We're good. I never did get around to watching him in the NPH stream. It's been on my list of things to do, and I just keep freaking forgetting. Sorry, Joel, if you ever see this. Okay. I really feel like it's rather important to have the Z-axis both at the same height when you set this, but here we are. Okay, I'm gonna bring these down, and it doesn't say to do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and measure each side and get them to the same height before I put the hotbed in. I don't love it. It doesn't say to do that, but excuse me. Gotta get the Kyle cup here. Ugh. You're looking to invest in a 3D printer. What are you looking to do? Start out? My go-to recommendation for a starter 3D printer, I've said this so many times, is Creality Ender 3. That is my go-to recommendation for a starter machine. It's a solid learning place and a learning platform. It can take you a long way, and you can do quality work with it. You can also, I really like them. I have a couple of them. If you want a machine you're not going to have to really fuss with, like, at all, well, you're going to have to fuss with. All 3D printers are always going to have fussing. That's just a reality of 3D printing. If you want a machine that's really going to last you forever and carry you through years of excellent use, but cost you 4 times as much, you have the Prusa Mark III. So those are my best recommendations. The 5 Plus is your first? Rad. This seems like a solid platform. Yeah, I'm just getting mine together, so I don't know for sure. But overall, I don't love everything I see here, but I like it. So I think I'm going to be happy with it until I build my next machine. What are my thoughts on tree supports? Do I think they're better? I don't know, but I think they're better. I have never used them in FDM printing. So I can't say for sure. I haven't tested them or tested them back to back or blah, blah, blah. Prusa Slicer doesn't have tree supports right now. My concern with tree supports is if you have material that's a little finicky, if it wants to warp, it wants to pull, it wants to move, the tree supports are going to be more susceptible to that than a regular support would be. I don't love that. You're going to have to get like heftier with them. You had a problem with heat creep, so I got a Capricorn tube for this coming already. So I will be using that in this build. I have put a Capricorn tube in all my machines. I've been pretty happy with that. Yeah, a lot of people worry about the power supplies when it comes to the Ender machines. Okay. We're missing the proper sized hex wrench. So we'll go to my hex wrenches. I've had no issue with power supplies. I understand why people are concerned, I guess. I don't know. I've had no issues. I've checked numerous times. I've got all the safety presets in Marlin firmware. So But I have a mean well supply that I'm putting on my replicator, my MakerBot replicator build that I really need to start doing some videos about for you folks, because I'm fully restoring / upgrading a MakerBot replicator to an entirely new machine, basically. Ugh, the washer. I need a pair of pliers. Will you do the job? Not really, kind of. Yeah. Is the music still going? No, it's not. Sorry, folks. Just checking the music. Trying to. Let's go to a new music stream. Cyberpunk. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I guess. The power supply, in my opinion, is arguably the only real major upgrade from the Ender 5 to the, the Ender 3 to the Ender 3 Pro. But hey, to a lot of people that is a big deal, and I can get that. Name brand power supply. Anytime now. So many screws to put in. No. This one fell down. Ah, damn it. OBS chat did it again. Keeps popping up over top of the restream chat. Let me know if the music is too loud. Anybody? It bothers you? Hey. This is going too smoothly. So I'm betting this machine is just not going to work. I'm betting this machine is just not going to work when I get it all said and done. Now, okay, that's a fair point. The position of the power supply on the Pro is superior. I'll give you that. I'm considering moving the power supply on both of my machines to that kind of location, but I don't know with the 120 millimeter fan modification that I've made that I can. So I gotta figure that out. All right. Still a little loose. I want to measure these. Let's go for 8 inches. 8 inches. I just want to check these before I tighten. The instructions say nothing about leveling this thing side to side like this, which I find odd, but I don't know how the system works at the moment. So maybe I'm thinking about it wrong? Don't know. Oh, my can koozies made you start drinking too many sodas. I'm sorry. Hello from Ben Salem. Hi, you're rather close. Hello from Kensington. All right, now I can tighten those. Oh. Tighten. Tighten. Get these all good and tight. Move forward. All right. It is so hot in here. I don't know about anybody else. It was like 100 yesterday in Philadelphia. Drove me up the wall. I am not a fan of, yes, sodas. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't drink, so I forget. I forget that these things are a thing. Yeah, it was 100 degrees in Philadelphia yesterday. At least in the sun it was. And I I was not happy. I am not a heat person. Hello from the UK. Welcome to the stream. Oh, let's switch angles just cause. Yep. Right. I actually got kind of, which this is kind of a silly story, but my partner and I went to IKEA the other week, whatever, and I grabbed a cider from the little cafe thing they have on the way out. We grabbed some veggie dogs, and I grabbed a cider. And as we were driving away, and I was already like a quarter of the way into the can, I realized it said 0.1% alcohol. And I was like, oh, well, that's a thing. Scuba Steve, hello from Los Angeles. Thank you for joining. Welcome. And I haven't, it's been 10 years since I drank. So I was like, well, 0.1% alcohol, that's like a kombucha. It wasn't kombucha, it was just a cider, like an apple cider kind of drink. But that's the same amount of alcohol as a lot of kombuchas. And I don't really drink kombucha, but I was like, oh, that's not a big deal. So I was like, whatever, no big deal. Like, I'll just finish it. I felt it. Like, I absolutely felt that. Like, I was definitely, not drunk, obviously, but I definitely felt it. And I was like, holy crap, 10 years of not drinking apparently doesn't take much. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I won't get one of those again. Now it's all about the electrical connections. That was simpler than I expected it to be. I don't love the way this kind of just goes here. They have a routing guide? Not really, of course not. All right, let's get to these connections. Change camera angles again. All right. Nozzle heater. Nozzle heater. I don't know why, that kind of sounds like Mazel Tov to me. Mazel Tov. Nozzle heater. Is that anti-Semitic? I don't mean it to be. Ooh. The biggest problem I've ever had with being sober, what printer is this? Is the Creality Ender 5 Plus. The biggest problem I've ever had with being sober is other people not getting it. And it's kind of annoying. Like, what's so hard to understand about the concept? I just don't drink anymore. It's not a big deal. Can we leave it? And yeah. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that people just don't get it. I always wonder if people aren't judging themselves. They're like, oh, well, he doesn't drink. Why am I drinking? Or like, I don't want to be around him. I feel like a drunk at that point. I don't know. Totally a guess. Love your designs. Thank you very much. Okay. Filament detector. I might ditch this broken filament detector. I don't love that. But we will cross that bridge later. Oh, did I plug in the heated? I almost made the mistake. A viewer of mine bought one of these, and they were having a problem where the heated bed, their heated bed was not heating properly, or their nozzle wasn't heating properly. Honestly, one of the absolute worst things about the Creality machines is their cable management. They really just don't think about it. They build a machine, then they're like, it has wires. That's that. you'd love to print my monster cup, have at it. Hope you can at some point, and your partner loves it when you get to it. Oh. Yeah, the Creality machines, like this mess here, that there's like no good way to like wire this stuff. They just don't care. 98.89. Congratulations. Congratulations, Vicious. Okay, so this is gonna be my missed 1 out of 90. Yeah, well, can't complain much about that, man. This is gonna be my close Z motor. Go under it. Box is in my way. Z motor. The other Z motor. Go under the machine. Hit. Right. If you're having can fitment issues, what print are you doing? Whippler. Is it one of my cup? Which design is it? Is it the tile cup or one of the other ones? Most likely it's down to material shrinkage. Unfortunately, I can't account for every material. That's part of the problem of making a pressure fit design, but I just kind of like the elegance of the pressure fit design. Hey, I would gladly take a test to get a raise. Granted, I'd probably take a test just to get paid. But, you know, can't win them all. Okay, extruder is plugged in. X, Y. These are end stops, aren't they? Are these motors? Oh. How? Oh, XX. It's like me, XX. I don't know if I like it going up there. Yeah, change camera angles again. Sorry, folks. This one. I wanted to have I tried to set up one of my iPhones as a mobile webcam that I could like hold and show you folks more detail. I downloaded an app and it just would not connect. There's actually a subscription service that I'm gonna have to cancel because it just freaking was how it was. But yeah, it won't connect for whatever reason, so I gotta figure that out or work on that. I don't love that. I don't love how these are here. Definitely coming through here with zip ties later. Okay, I will reduce the music volume. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, sorry about that. As I look there, it was definitely higher than I previously had it set. I changed to a different playlist. It must be louder. Thank you for informing me. Okay, I don't like this cable management in the least, but I will deal with that later. By later, I of course mean probably never. I gotta check the power supply, make sure we are set to the proper voltage. I can't see the power supply switch. That's cute. For whatever reason, I can't see the power supply switch. That's not cool. Supposed to be able to see the power supply switch through a little window, and it's not visible. So that I could switch it from 220 to 110 or whatever, and I might need to, well, I need to tighten the bottom screws anyway. Now that I'm this far. Changing camera, sorry. What band was that? Don't know. Let's check. The last song was a band called Dissidents. It's a what do you call it? A licensed music service that I use. The last band was something called Dissidents, and the current one is called Aleph One. ALEF 1. ONE. And Dissidence is DISSIDENCE. Sorry. Yes, it did. Hey, even you see that. Thank you. Thank you for informing me of that. It's whenever I open OBS. Whenever I touch OBS, it freaking does that. I need to move that stuff, but whatever. Whatever. I'll figure this out eventually. Or maybe I won't stream to multiple platforms in the future. I like this. I like being able to tie in YouTube and Twitch, have everybody here, but you know. I'm opening up the bottom case of the electronics right now. Sorry, you folks aren't getting a good image of this. Maybe I'll flip this around in a moment. I'm just trying to get to the power supply. I don't want to go plugging it in without confirming that it's set to the right setting. Whoa, hey, electronics fan. Right. There's a magnet floating in here. Or is that a magnet? No, it's a T-nut. Oh, that's lovely. Somebody did something funky in there. Yeah, no, I do know about the whole affiliate slash, thank you for that. I do know that, that affiliates aren't allowed to restream, which is whatever. But honestly, maybe in the future, I'll keep videos like this to YouTube, maybe, but it just made sense for my Sunday stream to be this, to me anyway. Okay. So, I'm gonna flip this around so you folks can get a view of it. Sorry. Yep. Oh, caught my microphone. Okay. Now let's get in here. Come around the desk. Focus camera. All right. As I knock one of the camera equipment off. All this just to try and get to the frickin' power supply switch that's not lined up for whatever reason. I think it's because the instructions are written if you didn't have a Meanwell power supply, which actually this has the Meanwell 500 watt. So that's impressive. I didn't think this came with the 500 watt. Oh, sorry, TikTok. Yeah, I would try upscaling that. Sorry. Actually, you know what? TikTok stream, I'm sorry folks, I've been ignoring you too much. I need to focus on Twitch, and yes, I am working on a 3D printer. Yes, so anyway, sorry folks, I'm gonna sign out of here. Twitch.tv/MandicReally or YouTube MandicReally to come check out the stream. Bye-bye. Splitting my attention between multiple platforms is not going well. Come on. You know what? I've got a Meanwell power supply right here. Yeah. Ah. Here's a Meanwell 350. This is what I'm trying to get to, is that power switch on this thing. And it's probably set to what I need it to be set to, but I need to check. I can't go plugging it in without checking. What's Friday that you're dreading? Sorry if I'm blocking the view a little bit here. Excuse me, I burped. And Carlos, yes, we are working on a 3D printer. I'm setting up a new machine, the Creality Ender 5 Plus. Oh God, the switch isn't there. Where's the switch on this one? That's why I couldn't find it. It's not there. Does this one just know? Well, I'm glad I checked, but there's no switch port on this one. I'm glad you appreciated the video on that water block. I'm glad it could be helpful. I didn't expect as many folks to be interested or care about that as have, so thank you. Put the grommet back in. I'll put all these screws back in. I have multiple Ender 3s, and now I wanted to try out an Ender 5. Right. Your problem is you need to start wearing pants. I'm so sorry for you. You know, that's a hard cross to bear. My office chair has that like mesh on it, so I always wear pants. Sorry. All right, I don't love this, but I'm just gonna have to assume that it's gonna work out fine because there's no switch to switch it from 240 to 120. Hit. Put this back. I want to take a look at the board while I'm in here. What board does this have? It's got a board 2.2. 10 years of not having to think about it. Okay, well, you got me beat there, so I guess I get that. What is it you do, bloody screen? Yeah, it's Creality Board V 2.2. All right. Sorry, I'm just looking at this board a little bit. Show you folks real quick. Creality Control Board V2.2. The back side of the LCD screen on the front, the touch screen. I'm offset the control relay for the heated bed setup. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. And then the Meanwell 500 watt power supply with a chunky fan on it that I don't love the concept of, but so I might redesign some stuff as far as the cooling system on this is concerned to quiet it down, but we'll find out. And I don't know if this board's gonna end up staying in here either. I don't know if this is the silent board or not. That's kind of what I was looking at. I don't know the Ender 5 well enough to know if this is a silent board. I don't know what drivers it has, TMCs or not, or which TMCs. Jumped over from TikTok. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Yep, camera. Okay. Bottom cover back on. Sorry. My door got closed. I want to make sure my animals can get in here if they want to. Okay. Plug the fans back in. Okay. This cover's got to go back on. The Pro comes with a silent board, then I would assume this would be as well, as this is the step up from the Pro, being the Plus. I think everything the Pro has, this also has, but I could be wrong. We'll find out. I'm going to fire it up here soon. If you're having first layer stick issues, what are you using? Glass? Are you using a glass print bed? I use a product called MandicReally. Let me grab it real quick. I use this stuff called MandicReally. I am quite fond of it. It's not as messy as glue stick, and it works really well in my opinion. I don't need it all the time, but when I'm having a really finicky print, I'll try it, and it very often helps. There are other variables to it that are a little hard to explain. Yeah, some good advice there. Slower, I do hotter on my first layer as well. I don't know what temperature you're printing at, but personally, I always do my first layer 5 to 10 degrees hotter than all my subsequent layers. And I find that really helps with adhesion. And the power this cover got in the wrong spot. Awesome. I also do that. I raise my bed temperature and my extruder temperature by 5 to 10 degrees over what I'm going to print at. So like PLA, I usually start my bed temperature at like 60, 65, and then I lower it to like 55 later, subsequent layers. Hit. Hey. Okay, somehow that got stuck in there. Better. I need to get this TV mounted somewhere where you folks are like more in my line of sight. I also definitely need to order Noctua fans for this thing. I am not gonna love listening to frickin' this thing scream, that's for sure. What the hell? This bottom went in. You know what? I don't care. It's not hitting anything. The bottom went in again. It like skipped past the tab down at the bottom. Okay. Tighten these. Hopefully I don't need to get back in there. All right. Fan noise hides the stepper noise. Now I can't deal with that. I gotta work in here. I gotta work in here. I can't have noises. All right. Okay, awful cable management and all. How much would it cost to get started? What, with 3D printing in general? It can wildly vary, so it's hard for me to say. Hold on a second. I gotta find the power cord. At the moment, I don't see one. Kinda looks like this didn't come with a power cord. Yep. So, what did this open box miss? A power cable. I saved $165 because it doesn't have a power cable. I'm okay with that. I can handle that. What platform am I streaming on other than Twitch? I'm on YouTube as well right now. An estimate of getting into printing. A Creality Ender 3, the cheap one, the base model will run you like $155. A spool of filament is like, a spool of filament is like $20. So less than $200, you can get a really basic setup going. That will do quite a bit. So it only goes up from there. You know, the more you spend, the more you will get for the most part. That's not always true, but base level, 200 bucks, figure you can get into it. There's always continuing costs. Filament, you're gonna run out of filament. That's a consumable, so you're gonna be 20 bucks a spool there. But, you know, base level, there you go. I gotta steal a cable here from a wire. All right. She got a PS5 last year. Oh yeah, you're gonna be golden. Nobody's ever run out of filament. I mean, I haven't. All right, let's see if the magic smoke comes out of this thing. Nope, no magic smoke. Hi. The reason I recommend the Creality series over something like an Anycubic Mega or any of that, there is a reason that I do that. Those machines, machines like them, can be solid machines or great machines. I recommend Creality machines because there's a ton of information and spare parts out there. You know, if that Anycubic machine uses a slightly different limit switch for one of these limits, like where are you going to get one? From Anycubic. You're not going to jump on Amazon and have it tomorrow. You're going to have to order it from them. That's the reason that I recommend Creality machines. And If that matters to you, cool. Like me, I can't have my machines be down for like any length of time. So it matters to me, and it doesn't matter to everybody. Okay, let's get the build plate on here, the actual glass plate. Yeah, G-Tech, no, I don't have experience with G-Tech, sorry. I was thinking of Big Tree Tech. I've got a Big Tree Tech motherboard in my like BQ. A lot of people like the BQ machines. I've got a BQ or Big Tree Tech motherboard in one of my Ender 3s. Their support doesn't exist. They have a support email that I emailed it, and I got a response in Chinese that said this mailbox is full. Oh, Army put you in Germany, so it's a wait regardless. Well, okay, fair. There's 3D printers in Europe, companies and all that, so. Okay. You have a 30XT mixing nozzle and it always clogs. I've always thought those mixing kind of setups just look like clogs waiting to happen. So, okay. Let's get this set up. I guess I need to put the spool holder on here. I didn't want to. I don't wanna, but I'm gonna have to. Let's go ahead and do it this way. I don't want to put this on here. I just want to print. Oh yeah, this thing, the fan noise, absolutely too annoying. See if you can hear it. Oh, that's annoying and kind of understandable. When that A320T does work with the mixing nozzle, do you like the mixing nozzle? Go in there, go in there. They want this to go this way. I don't love that. Just tightening these all up, these up, so I can put a spool of filament in here, and we can slice up something and do a print, or start a print. I don't know if we're gonna finish a print today on stream, but all right, what filament do we want to use? Do I want to use? I got this spool of gray, the PLA Plus, that's really, really low. Let's do this. Kyle Cuff. Yeah, well, I'm not going to be streaming for 12 hours, so. I would like to do that, but. Let's get this in here. Feeding the filament through. I have so little filament left on this spool. All right, let's just try a test print. I usually wouldn't do a test print, but let's just do it. Sorry, setting the camera a little better here for you folks. Great. Temp. Go back. Settings. Leveling. It's got auto home. I would not say that that is the silent board. That is awful loud. Oh yeah, that's loud. I am going to be putting a new board in this thing. Oh, Richard, I saw your comment about the Coors can. I will look into that, I promise. So thank you for that. I didn't, there's so many can designs, I can only do so much, but I'm going to try. Huh. Wow. Mitsuo level, here's an Raspberry Pi 4 that I picked up like 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to be using to put Octoprint. Probably going to run Octoprint on this machine. I think it just makes sense on this machine. Oh, it's for file. Okay, I'll look into getting to that sooner rather than later. So I'll try and figure out what the difference is in that can size. Ugh. I don't like that this drags on the frickin' bed. I need like an arm that holds this up and away. But yeah, I just picked up a Raspberry Pi 4, and I'm going to set up Octoprint. I've avoided it, and the main reason that I want to do it is it's 4 millimeters skinnier. Is that what you're saying? 56 millimeters? I'm sorry, 62 millimeters. Awesome, cool. Thank you for that information. I'll keep that in mind. I want Octoprint for, damn it, Octolapse for taking videos. Okay. All right, we're going through leveling in some way, shape, or form here. What are you working on with the laser today? What laser do you have, too? I would love to get a laser set up. Comgrow sent me one, a little baby thing that Alright, I'm gonna go through, look at the instructions here real quick about leveling this thing. As I'm sitting here in the middle of no man's land. Feeding, auxiliary level. Slightly tighten the 4 nuts at the bottom, platform before leveling. Select settings, initial form height by turning the knob. Okay, yeah, I got a manual level it. Omtech 50 watt. How do you like it? Yeah, the folks at Comgrow, let me grab it real quick. I'll show you folks, because it's something to see. Comgrow sent me that little thing. Itty bitty guy. And it's kind of silly. Oh, hey, wheels are loose. Wheels are real loose. Okay, I gotta undo this. Move, Z-axis. Keep going. You're in my way. Let's see if it'll crush the little Comgrow laser. I forget what this laser is. I want to say it's... I forget. It's a tiny wattage, like a joke. Yeah. Were you missing steps there? I couldn't quite tell. No? Guess not. Okay. I think it's not even, I think it's like 1.75 watts, which, yeah. They want me to do a review of it, and I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't really see the thing being that valuable of a product, unfortunately. Oh, I unplugged that. Okay, whatever. Only camera angle we got for right now, because I, Okay, I went way too far with that, don't care. All right, I need to adjust the lower idler because it's way too loose. I don't know if you folks can see it, but this is wobbly as hell. All right, tighten that up. All right, that's better. Now I can level it. Yeah, it was really jiggy. It was a real jiggy. Okay, auto home. It says auto home, please wait 4 minutes. Oh yeah, this thing needs a silent board bad. So I'm gonna end up putting either a Big Tree Tech board in this thing. Probably a Big Tree Tech board, I guess. Yeah. What are my other options? Big Tree Tech board. Under 5+ silent board. Or I wonder if this board can be flashed to use stealth chop. Excuse me. There is a silent board for this. What board is it? It's a 2.2 board. Oh, different from the regular 2.2. Great, so it's the same revision board, but it has a different stepper motor drivers. That sucks. I'm gonna have to invest in that. I mean, the Creality UI is basically just Marlin UI. So I run I have 2 Ender 3s. I have one that has a 4.2.7 silent board in it, and I have one that has a Big Tree Tech SKR Mini E3 board V2 in it, and they run the same UI. I run the same Creality screen on both of them, personally anyway. So I had the Big Tree Tech touchscreen for a little while on the one that has the Big Tree Tech board, and I was having so many problems with the touchscreen, I just ditched it. I got rid of it. Okay. Now we're gonna go auto level, or manual level. I feel like I have a gut. It looks like I have one. Yeah, the stock UI of the Creality machines is just a Marlin UI. Let me move over here. It's the standard Marlin UI. So basically any machine can run it with that same kind of screen design. Creality just labels it as their own, but it's the same. Like the firmware on my boards is Marlin firmware. It's not a revision from Creality. Manual leveling. Am I a fan of the BL Touch? Not especially. There's nothing wrong with BL Touch. It's a neat idea and a good system. This machine has a BL Touch. The problem is that people rely on it as if it's a replacement for what I'm doing right now, for manual leveling. And it's not a replacement for manual leveling at all, in my opinion. Move where you can actually see me. It's just not. It's not a replacement for manual leveling. It's a supplement to manual leveling. And if you think of it in that respect, it's a good system. I don't have it on my Enders. I have one to put on my MakerBot that I'm rebuilding. So I'm going star pattern, all four corners. And yeah, if you think of it as that, as a supplement, then yeah, it's a good system. Okay. How do you use the mesh leveling without a BL Touch? God, that noise is gonna drive me nuts. Cool. Oh, you just manually do it. Okay, cool. Okay, let's check the middle. Wow, if anything, the middle is just a little tight, and I will take a little extra squish. Okay, cool. All right, now I'm gonna let it do a mesh level with the BL Touch. See if I can. Sorry if you all get a little motion sick here. Alright. Back of a tripod you go. Sorry, folks. Alright, I'm gonna let that mesh level. Alright. Well, I don't like that I have to order a silent port for this, but that's life. I am mostly blown away by the fact that as a open box unit, the only thing missing from this thing, mind you, this retail new, this machine is $569. I paid $406 at my local Micro Center used, and I also just realized I leveled the bed without heating it up, which is not something you should do. Anyway, I'll worry about that later. Hey, you're right. That'll more than cover the board. Good call. Yeah, the open box, I paid $406. I mean, and the only thing missing is a power cable. Cool. I can buy a $5 power cable. $5 power cable and a $50 motherboard and some firmware, and this thing will be great. All right. Auto level's done. Okay. All right. Temperature, automatic, PLA, manual. I'm going to dial this up a little bit. 210. I'm using PLA Plus, so it needs a little hotter. Yeah, no, I screwed up. I didn't do it. And you know what? I'm just going to go with it for right now. I am just going to go with it for right now. There's nothing on the SD card. Is there even an SD card? There is not. Ha! It's in the machine, in the box. It's in the box. I used to like fries too. It stinks that fries went under. Hey, there's the board. I don't know. We got. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna do one of the base prints. Okay, what should we print? We got Tuzi, we got Pikachu, and Gao. Which should we print? Let me know what you folks think. Tuzi, T-U-Z-I, Pikachu, which I assume is a ripoff of Pikachu, I don't know, and Gao, G-O-U. I don't have a lot of filament left, so whatever we do might run out on this spool, and I don't care. If it runs out, it runs out. I'm gonna see if it gives me an estimate of time. Say what Tuzi does. Tuzi, okay. Random piece of advice for any 3D printer or beginner 3D printer: stop expecting perfection. Good call. I'm going to adjust the bed height or temp to 65 because it's a little, I got the air on. And adjust hot end temp to 10 because this is PLA plus. Cool. Let's see if I can do this. And I definitely agree. It does have a runout sensor. Runout sensor's back here. I don't personally care for the runout sensor. It's just like, I don't know. Yeah, Scuba Steve, you are correct. Test and retune, and then you'll have to do it all over again the next time. The bloody screen. Yes, this machine did come with a BL Touch. The bloody screen. I refer to 3D printing as an imprecise precision process. That's what I call it. Imprecise precision process. Oop. Oh, glob of filament there. Oh, what's with that? I'm gonna manually feed a little filament. There we go. Glob out a little bit of whatever was in the hot end. Whew, that stuck really well. Yeah, you are correct on that. I'm absolutely going to end up putting a new board in this. And when I put a new board in, I'll also absolutely end up flashing firmware multiple times, probably. Yeah, I'm liking this camera angle for this. What the heck is it printing? A whole lot of nothing at the moment. Boy, that first layer is terrible. Let's see what happens here. This is going bad. Aware of Marlin service? I don't know what you mean. I use Marlin firmware on my machines. I flash my own Marlin firmware. And I edit firmware for the machines that I run. It's one reason I haven't discussed firmware much on TikTok yet, is it's such a complex topic, and I get so... I tried to film a video about flashing firmware, and it just did not happen. Wasn't happening. Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't it's definitely under extruding. Holy fast. Holy fast. Oh, neat. I've tried daily bug fix firmware settings and been very disappointed with them. So I flash my own firmware and I stick to stable releases of Marlin. And yes, you are correct. If the first layer is bad, the rest will probably be too, but I'm just going to let it go. I just want to see what's going to happen. Let me see if I can move a camera for you folks. It is printing fast. Like, I don't know what print speed it's set at right now, but it's quick. This model does not come with the metal extruder. It's got the standard plastic extruder, so that's one of the first things I'm probably going to change. I'm going to put a new board on it. I'm going to change the extruder setup. And I think that's all I'm really worried about at the moment. And the bed. I do not like glass beds, personally. That's a personal thing. I don't like glass beds. So... Oh, bloody screen. Go ahead, post the link. If it'll let you. I don't know if I have URLs disabled right now. So if it'll let you, go ahead. Let me look on Twitch. Yep, it let you. Cool. Thank you for posting that. I'll check that out. I will check that out. I don't know how long of a print this is. It's supposed to be. We're at 3%. Bloody screen, thank you. I'll look into that. That might be a good way for like my viewers. Something I could offer up. Maybe I'll reach out to that company or whoever runs that and like I don't know, see if we can't work together or something. Yeah, I am not a fan of glass beds personally. It's not my thing. I want to get a flex bed for this. I want to get a metal flex bed on this thing. Oh yeah, I'm getting some major part curl at the end there. I want to get a flex bed for this, but finding a flex bed this size is not cheap. Who is it? I think Wham Bam has a flex bed set up for this, but it's like $150. You know, that's how much I saved on the machine with the open box. To then go ahead and put that in is kind of silly. Is this thing going to print at 100% infill? It's kind of looking like it. Man, this thing is printing fast. I'm going to have to learn the Ender 5 because this seems so wicked fast compared to the Ender 3. But with this frame design, I guess it can print faster. Let me look at the estimated print time. It actually doesn't say. It doesn't give me an estimated print time. It just has a... Here, I'll show you. We're at 5% right now, about 8-9 minutes in. So, what's that going to be, a 30-40 minute print? I don't think it's going to go that long, or I might not let it go that long. Sorry if you're getting an echo. I don't see why that is. Oh. I do. Sorry. 1 second. I do. Sorry. 1 second. Let me restart music. That should cover it up. Let me restart music. That should cover it up. All right, that should do it. You know what? That's what it is. You got it. You nailed it. It's that I have Twitch open. You got it. You nailed it. It's that I have Twitch open. Bloop. Haha, that's it. It's because I had Twitch open. Yeah, I'm tempted to try blue tape on this machine, because what I mostly want to print is PETG, and PETG and glass do not mix. It can massively over adhere. Yeah, it must have just had a lot of bottom layers. The infill is definitely more of a grid or rectilinear now. Yeah, I know Joel, 3D printing nerd, he had a... I know he has that huge 3D printer. It's like a 4 foot by 4 foot or something like that, and he printed PETG on it, and he ripped a big chunk of glass out of the bed, unfortunately. Yeah, I really want to do the cups when I go to sell the cup designs. When I go to sell the cup designs, I want to do them in PETG. So I'm trying to work on getting a material, a PETG material that I like. This print is going to be terrible, but hey, that's the stock files. What do you want? I didn't feel like slicing something. Oh, you've ripped out glass but not letting it? Oof. There's a company called Greengate 3D that's based here in Pennsylvania that has 100%, has 100% recycled PETG, and I was hoping to use theirs because I like the idea of using recycled plastic. But I've tried it a couple times on one of my Enders and it's been printing pretty badly. So I've got to figure out what's up with it. You know, it's probably a settings thing. It's probably me screwing up, but I got to figure it out. So. I print PETG on an Ender 3 in open air, but I do want to enclose this. I've got a shelf on the other side of my office on a shelving unit that I think I'm going to put this into, and I think I'm going to enclose that whole shelf because PETG doesn't need an enclosure, but it'll definitely perform better with it. So. I don't know how long I'm going to let this go. It's definitely a failure of a print. The little support piece out here is just floating. And the print quality is, I can't tell, but doesn't look good. I mean, Enclosures make sense for their purposes. I get it. Man, this thing shakes. It doesn't shake bad, but a little more than I would have expected. That's not true. This frame design is by no means rigid, or as rigid as a design could be. I could definitely see some ways of improving it, but I can't tell if the feet are curling that bad or if the design just slopes a lot. See if I can get you all a closer view. You can see how messy this is getting. I like this little glob out here that's just floating there. Yeah, I keep my filament stored in actually a server cabinet that's nice and hot with airflow through it. And I just picked up one of those Sunlu dry boxes specifically to dry PETG. I don't know how well it works, but I got it for that purpose, so. Good to know. I'm gonna build a dry box kind of setup to keep filament in, I believe. I've got too much filament and I switch it up so often that I'm concerned about my ability to keep up with it. Yeah, I'm debating what I'm gonna do, but I think I'm probably gonna set up, I don't know. I was debating getting a couple of those sealed up storage boxes and just putting desiccant in them, or building an airflow system or a heated system. I can't decide. Huh. I'll have to look into that. My roommate actually just got a food vacuum thing for food, but I could use it on filament. It's pretty humid here in Pennsylvania, so that's a thing. In fact, now that you mentioned that, I'm gonna go turn on, I've got this, let me grab it real quick. Yep. I just picked up one of these Sunlu dryer things. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I just figured I'd try it just for the heck of trying it and see if I liked it. Basically, it's just got a heater element inside of here, and it heats it up to dry out the filament. This is PETG I have in here right now that has been printing pretty poorly, so I wanted to try drying it, and so far, eh. But I think I'm gonna try drying it some more. Give it a few more hours and see what it does. I like the idea of this thing. I don't know if it works so well. I've only been using it for literally a day. That box can go up to 60, I think. I had it set at 50 degrees for 6 hours yesterday. I had it set at 60 degrees Celsius, mind you. So 60 or 50 C is what? That's like 145. I'm sorry, it's 122. So maybe I'll dial it up to 60. 60 would be 140. So the instructions that came with that thing said to do 50. That's all. That's the only reason I did it that temperature is what it recommended. So I kind of wanted to try what they recommend. I like to follow instructions just to I like to follow instructions to test when I test things and then figure out how it works for me. That way I can more accurately review a product. I can tell you to ignore the instructions or whatever. I'll probably review it sometime soon if I give it a few more tests. Cool. I'll dial up the temperature and I'll dry it for because I ran it for 6 hours yesterday and I've tried a benchy with the filament and I was not happy with the results. So I'll try it again. But it might be that filament too. Like it's the first time I'm trying that filament. So there could be numerous reasons why I'm not getting the print quality that I want. I'm just, it's something I thought I'd try. It's not the stringiness, like, let me show you. I know, I've printed with plenty with PETG. For some reason, this is just getting it's like overheated. Like you can see where it starts to get too hot and that's where the top infill starts. It's like it gets overheated there for some reason. I did an E-step calibration right before I printed these. So yeah, I did an E-step calibration right before I printed those, and it still did. And that company recommends printing that PETG really cool, in my opinion. Yeah, they recommend printing that PETG at 225 Celsius. which to me is very cold for PETG, but if it's what they recommend, I'm gonna try it. I did try it. That last one, the one that looked best there, had, was at 225. So I might go down to 220. Blower upgrades, yes. I've got a Hero Me Gen 5 on that Ender 3. Yeah, I usually print PETG at like 240, 245, but that company recommends 220. Yeah, that Ender 3 has a Hero Me Gen 5 with dual 5010 blower fans on it, or 5015. Yeah, I usually start with a manufacturer's recommendations and I tune from there personally. And so I've just got to play with it more. I've only tried those 3 benchies that all failed and like some temp tests. I printed out different temp tests that I sliced at different temperatures to see what was going to work best, and they all looked pretty much the same, so I've just got to print some real models with it. And I think I'm going to try it on this machine next to see what happens. Are you typing on your phone? Here, I'll see if I can turn the camera quick. I can show you the Ender 3. So it's got 2 5015 blower fans on it with the dual kind of fang design blower fan setup. It should be getting the job done, cooling wise. But back to the main print, back to the main show.
Like a light lighting up in the dark. You make it right. I forgot how to act. It's so classic. Every time you make me nervous and I lose my words.
Yeah, I usually
It's been a while since
I usually run PETG with little to no cooling. I think those were all printed about 20 to 50% fan speed. I really didn't tweak on fan speed much. I usually run almost none. I usually run like 30% at most on PETG, especially with that cooling setup I have on there. It works so well that I really don't need a lot. So yeah, I've got to tweak on it more and try it out. And that's part of why I think I want to try this setup, this machine, because it has the wimpy cooling fan. I think the wimpy cooling fan might actually work in my favor. Still got plenty of filament left. I really had no intention of letting this finish, but we might. Oh, we won't. We won't. It's only at 25%. But man, for how fast this is printing, the quality is surprisingly good. I've got to learn this thing, because if this thing prints this fast, this might be my production machine. Like, I don't know. I gotta play with it, because the print speeds that I'm seeing here are 100%. They're definitely faster than I print with the Ender 3s, than I would normally print with an Ender 3. And it's funny, the support got ruined early on, but it's actually kind of fixed itself. Let me see if I can show you.
It's scary
All right, I think I might wrap the stream up here. We got this thing running, it's printing, it's alive. I've got a lot of stuff I want to change about it already, work on it, reflash firmware, put a different motherboard in it, change the fans out. So there's things I definitely want to change already, but it's up and running. I'll do a video on TikTok probably after this. I'm going to let this keep printing, see what happens, see how it prints, how it does. And I'll post the finished results on TikTok. So, all right, folks, thank you so much for joining in. Thanks to everybody who's watched. This stream has been, it was better than I expected. This machine is honestly so far better than I expected. I was really kind of expecting this would be like a half-hour stream and I'd figure out that some key ingredient, like part, was missing. And no. So, awesome, rad. Thank you so much to everybody for joining in. Thanks for being here and participating. We had some great chats going on here, some great information being shared. I appreciate everybody for being part of this. And look out for final results on Instagram and TikTok. Let me... switch it up there. Yeah, you can see down here. You got all of my social medias. If you're for some reason not actually following me on those, I would imagine everybody here follows me somewhere. If you ended up here, but hey, if you're not, oh, it says Twitter handle. I just saw that. Okay, that's better. Following at Twitter handle already. Awesome. That's better. I just reset up all my overlays on OBS Studio for this stream. So yeah. Thank you everybody for joining in. This was not to say I didn't expect it to be as good of a stream as it's been, but it's been a better stream than I expected. So thank you everybody. It's because of you folks that it's been a good stream. We've had good conversation. And yeah, awesome. Thank you so much to everybody. And I will see you all on the next one. Maybe I'm really thinking I might end up still picking up a Prusa Mini. Maybe we'll do a stream when I get the Prusa Mini and we'll do a whole build. So we'll see. All right. Thank you everybody for being here, and I will see you on the next one.